A judge denies bail for Larry Millete and orders that he remain locked up. Good afternoon. Welcome to The 4. I'm Heather Myers.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. Milliete's defense attorney had argued that he's not a flight risk and that before this case he had no history of violence.
Prosecutors, however, told the judge that Millete is a danger to the public and to his children. He faces a first-degree murder charge for the death of his missing wife. News 8's Kelly Hessedal is live outside the South Bay Courthouse with more on what was said in court today. Kelly.
Yeah, Heather and Carlo, the judge said to set bail, the court must assume the allegations against the defendant are true. So in this case, this is someone accused of murdering his wife and then taking his 4-year-old child with him to dump her body. So the judge today denied that request for bail. So here's some of what prosecutors had to say in court regarding the children.
They were at home when this incident occurred. We have information that they had been that there had been property damage in the home and the defendant had been angry on prior occasions, and there had been manipulation tactics by the defendant to control and manipulate May, and I think it is reasonable to believe that he would transfer those to his children as well.
And Larry Millete intently watched the prosecutor while she laid out her argument to the judge. She said this is someone, when he loses control, he becomes violent. She called him a public safety threat and said that if he were to be granted bail, he potentially could hurt the man he suspected his wife was having an affair with, or he may even hurt his own children. She says this is someone who's telling his kids, your mother didn't love you, she abandoned you. Milliete's defense attorney, however, said her client is a military veteran. He has a job. He has no history of violence. She told the judge he's not a flight risk, pointing out he could have taken off any time during the past year, and he didn't. She said if you set bail, he'll wear an ankle bracelet and only go to work and back home. Here's what else she told us outside the courtroom.
You cannot rule out other theories that she disappeared on her own volition or her own will. We believe she's still alive. But the problem here is that the investigation of the authorities were focused on her death.
And she went on to say that she may appeal the judge's ruling for no bail, or she may possibly file a new motion. Heather and Carlo.
And Kelly, I imagine Maya's family was in court today. How did they react to that decision to keep Larry Millete behind bars for now?
Well, they were very relieved. You could see them hugging. You can see some of them get a little bit emotional. Besides, our family members, members of the search team continue to come here to court and to watch the developments of the case very closely. Now, meanwhile, this issue of custody of the children is expected to take center stage next week during a custody hearing. May's sister has petitioned the court asking that custody, or temporary custody at least, be granted to her family. And my colleague David Godfredson is going to have much more on that part of the story coming up tonight at 6. He'll also have more on today's bail hearing.
All right, a lot more questions regarding that angle of the story. Kelly, thank you so much, reporting live outside the South Bay Courthouse.